Hey guys, this is Mike, and this is the 6th video in the LibGDX desktop tutorial. So in the last video we did the player, the basic movement of the player moving around, and we can accelerate and whatever. So in this video we're going to do some more player stuff. First thing, we're going to be drawing the flame, like rocket boosters, when the player is accelerating. So we're going to do it similar to the way we draw everything. We're going to use an array of floats to determine the vertices of the flame booster. So float, or private float. We're just going to call this flame X and flame Y, similar to shape X and shape Y. And this is just going to be a triangle at the bottom of the ship. So this is just going to be three points, 3 vertices, flame Y, new float, 3. And similar to the way we draw the ship here with set shape, we're going to create a set flame. And here we're going to set the points for the ship flame boosters. So that's flame X 0, and this is going to be x plus Matthew Tills dot cosine radians minus 5 times pi, divided by 6 times 5 magnitude. And I forgot, somebody mentioned that I got these numbers wrong here. Over here in shape Y1, this is supposed to be 3.1415. That's pi. Anyway, so flame Y0 is y plus pretty much the same thing, except it's going to be sine. And that's the first point. Second point is going to be straight below, so that's going to be radians minus pi or plus pi, doesn't really matter. And this is going to be at we're going to use a new variable called accelerating timer that's going to tell us how big the flame should be, and it's going to change depending on the time. It's going to be 6 plus accelerating timer times 50. And flame Y is pretty much the same thing. Oh wait, this is flame X1. This is the second point. So flame X1, flame Y1, it's Y plus, and then pretty much the same thing, except it's cosine, or sine I mean. So that's that. And the last point, flame X2, is going to be x plus Matthew Tills cosine radians, pretty much the same thing as the first point, except this is plus 5 times pi divided by 6 times 5. So flame Y2 is going to be y plus the same thing here, except it's sine. Just like that. It's pretty simple. So let's add this accelerating timer here. This is purely for animation purposes. Accelerating timer. So the accelerating timer is pretty much just going to change whenever we're accelerating, and we're going to do that here in updates. Let's see here. First of all, we want to accumulate the accelerating timer using dt, accelerating timer plus equals dt, and just reset it every, like, I guess 1/10 of a second would be fine. Accelerating timer, and we're just going to set that to 0 here. Otherwise, if we're not accelerating, then of course accelerating timer is going to be 0. So that's pretty much that. And then down here we have set shape. We're also going to do set flame, and we're only going to set it if we're actually accelerating. So if up, pretty much if the up button is pressed, we're going to do set flame. And draw. We're also going to be drawing the flame. Over here we do draw player, or draw ship, and over here we're going to do draw flames. And it's pretty much the same exact thing. Just going to copy and paste the whole thing here. except it has to be only if we're accelerating. So if up, and then all this stuff. So we have to change some stuff. This is going to be, instead of shape X, it's all going to be flame. So you can just like highlight the whole thing, Control F, scope, selected lines. We want to change shape to flame, replace all, and that should be it. Let's see if this works. There we go. And there's a little flame, like twitching or whatever, show that we're accelerating. So that's pretty much that for the player acceleration animation. Next thing we're going to do is shooting. We're going to shoot some bullets. Now, we're getting to the point where we're pretty much just doing the game, so this is sort of not really a LibGDX tutorial anymore, but more of a general object-oriented game design tutorial. So this is what we have right now. We have the play state, and this is what it's going to look like later. We have the play state, and it has a reference to the player. Over here, play state has the player. It's also going to have, in the future, list of bullets, asteroids, enemy bullets, and flying saucers. But right now we're going to be doing the player and the bullet list. So let's do that. We already have the player. Let's add the bullet list in here. Bullets, and import array list. We don't have a bullet class yet, so let's go ahead and make that. Bullet. And of course, like everything else, this is going to be extend space object. And yeah, so the bullet is pretty straightforward. It's just something that moves along in a straight line for some amount of time. And we're going to use this thing called lifetime to find out how much time this thing has stayed on the screen. And if it's past the time, then we should remove it. I'm going to use this variable here called remove to figure out whether or not the bullet should be taken off the list. So let me move it down. Okay, so the constructor, a public bullet, simple. We just give it a starting position, X and Y, and then we give it the direction it's going, radians. So just set all those. Oops. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Also going to need to give it a speed. This is 350 pixels per second. And just get the vector that it's going using some simple trig, radians times speed. dy is sine, radians times speed. And width and height is going to be 2. And we're going to set the lifetimer to 0. And this thing should only stay on the screen for 1 second, so lifetime is going to be 1. And we need some way to figure out whether or not we should remove it, so that's the remove variable. So public boolean should remove, return remove. And of course we need the two methods that I always use, public void update and public void draw, and shape renderer. Oops. Oh wow, I can't type. Okay. And import those. Import. Did I not spell it right? Shape renderer. Okay, never mind. Okay, so in update, it's pretty simple. We're just going to update the position. X plus equals dx times dt. Y plus equals dy times dt. And we're going to wrap it around the screen, so if it goes off one end, it comes out the other. And lifetimer, this is our accumulator, so we have to check if the lifetimer is greater than the lifetime, and that means it's past its expiration date, and we should remove it. So remove is true. So that's that, and we can import that now. There we go. So now we have play state with the player and the bullet list. just ignore these 3 for now. We'll do those later. So we're gonna want the player to shoot, and the list is in the play state, and the player doesn't have access to the bullet list right now. So one way we could do this, and this is the way that I decided to do it, is to give the player the bullet list, pretty much. So we're going to give this list to the player so the player has access to it. Anytime the player wants to shoot, he can just directly add bullets to this list. So here's the list, and we're going to give this list to the player. So we're going to do bullets. First we're going to initialize it like that, and then we're going to give it to the player as a constructor argument. So we're going to need that up here as one of the player's fields. Private array list bullets. Okay, import, and we're going to add that as a parameter up here. Bullets, and just this dot bullets is equal to bullets. So that finishes the dependency here. So now the player has access to this bullets list, and anytime the player shoots, it's pretty simple. Just player can just add it to this list. So let's go ahead and make that function right now. We have set left, set right, set up, and now we're going to have public void shoot. And first off, we're going to need like a maximum amount of bullets that we can have at any given time. I think in the original game you can only have 4 bullets at any time, so we're just going to do private final int max bullets, and this is just going to be 4. And back in the shoot method, we're going to do if bullets.size is equal to max bullets, and we're just going to return and not do anything. Otherwise, we're just going to add a bullet to the list, new bullet, and again, the constructor takes a position. We're just going to set it to the player's position, and a direction. We're going to set it to the player's direction. Simple stuff. So that's pretty much it. Now we have to have a way to call this function method. So we're going to do that in handle input. Player dot it's if game keys dot is pressed game keys dot, we're going to use space to shoot, then player dot shoot. Okay, that's pretty much that. Now we have to update and draw everything. So we have handle input, update player. This one is get user input, and here we're gonna update player bullets. We're int I equals 0. Oops, I is less than bullets that size. I plus plus, and we're gonna do bullets dot get I dot update, and then we have to check if we should remove the bullet dt. So we're gonna do if bullets dot get I that should remove. That means we should remove the bullet, and we're just going to take it off the list. Bullets dot remove I, and then I minus minus. And so down here in draw player, next thing we want to do is draw bullets. So pretty much the same loop. I equals 0, I is less than bullets dot size, I plus plus, and bullets dot get I dot draw, and then we're going to give it SR, the shape renderer. Let's see if that works. And I'm pressing space and nothing is happening. Awesome. So let's see if this even works. Let's put a print here. Space. Okay, where's the console? You bring it up here. How do I... Ah, damn it. How do I bring it in its own... Like that? Oh, that works, I guess. It's kind of smushed though. Okay. Okay, so let's see if this even prints out. Okay, it prints out, that's fine. Player.shoot should run. Let's see. System .out.println new bullet. Okay. I'm obviously adding new bullets. And yet nothing's happening. And that's because we're not drawing any bullets in bullet.java. Okay, I need to seriously. Okay, we're not even drawing the bullets in here. That's the problem. Okay, so back in bullet.java and draw, we're gonna do shapeRender.setColor. Just gonna set it to white, and we're gonna do sr.begin using type.Circle here, and then sr.end, and then we're gonna draw just the circle. sr.circle at position x minus width divided by 2, y minus height divided by 2, and radius of just width divided by 2. Hopefully that works now. Let's go ahead and try shooting, and I'm still not seeing anything. That's great. That is good stuff. It's still printing out new bullet, so obviously the bullets list is being populated. Did I do something? I create the bullets list, I give the bullets list to the player, and the player should be adding bullets to that list. Update. Let's see if we're even drawing any of these. I'm going to do a print statement here. Drawing bullets. No, it's not even drawing any bullets. That's weird. Let's print out the bullet size. Okay, it's always 0. That's weird. I wonder if I'm removing them. Okay, they're being removed instantly. That's weird. Bullets not remove. Lifetime. Oh, damn it. This is supposed to be lifetime is 1. No wonder, because lifetime was 0 before, so it should be removed after 0 seconds. So instant, pretty much. It's supposed to be lifetime is equal to 1, not lifetimer is equal to 1. So lifetime is equal to 1 means 1 second it should disappear. Okay, there it is, and for some reason it's in the wrong spot. What? Why is it all the way down here? That's like way away from the player. What? Okay, that is just... oof. No idea what's going on there. X, Y, width, height. I do x minus width divided by 2, y minus... this is y minus height divided by 2. I need to take a break. X minus width divided by 2, y minus height divided by 2. There we go. So they should only be on the screen for 1 second, and there can only be a maximum of 4 of them at any time. So those are pretty much our bullets. Oh. They only go a little bit faster than the player. I think that's normal. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. So many mistakes. So again, I want to show that this is starting to become more of a general object-oriented design tutorial than a LibGDX tutorial. This is the way that I'm going to set up the game from now on. I'm going to have the play state, have a reference to everything, and then I'm going to show you how these 5 things interact with each other. Right now I showed you that play state has the player and the bullet list, and I give the player a reference to the bullet list so the player can add the bullets to that list himself whenever he shoots. So I'm going to be explaining more about how these classes interact with each other in a future video, but for now, that's going to be it for this one. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.